The sharp crash of glass sliced through the soft hum of La Belle Étoile, the fanciest restaurant in our sleepy suburban town. Every head in the dining room whipped toward our table, forks frozen midair, wine glasses paused at lips. My heart pounded in the sudden silence, loud enough to drown out the jazz drifting from the speakers. Standing at the center of it all was Linda Harper, her face red with fury, one manicured finger jabbing at our waiter, a guy in his early 20s who looked like he'd just been slapped. "He mocked me," she bellowed, her gold bangle clinking as she waved her arm. "Did you see that? He smirked right at me. I won't stand for this kind of disrespect." The waiter, clutching his tray like a lifeline, stared back, wide-eyed, his mouth half open as if words had abandoned him. Shards of a Dula 60 Merlot bottle glittered on the hardwood floor, the deep red liquid pooling across the polished tiles like a crime scene. Linda had smashed it in one furious motion, and now the restaurant felt like a stage, with her as the unhinged star. Diners gawked, some clutching their phones, already recording. I sank lower in my chair, wishing the floor would swallow me whole. As Linda's fellow HOA board member at Crestwood Heights, I'd seen her throw tantrums before, usually over crooked mailboxes or unapproved lawn gnomes, but this was a whole new level of chaos. Across from me, Tom Bennett, our treasurer, was furiously texting under the table, probably begging his wife to rescue him from this nightmare. I'd known Linda for 3 years, ever since she swept into Crestwood Heights and declared herself HOA president. Her campaign slogan, "Raising Standards, Preserving Prestige," still made me roll my eyes. She'd tripled violation notices in months, turning our neighborhood meetings into her personal soapbox for rants about everything from faded house paint to tacky holiday lights. Tonight was supposed to be a straightforward dinner to discuss the community pool upgrade, a 6-figure project. Linda had insisted on La Belle Étoile, claiming it matched the GRAVYTS of the decision. Tom and I had agreed, mostly because we knew she just wanted to flex her status in public. Big mistake. From the moment we sat down, Linda was on a mission to make everyone notice her. She inspected her water glass for smudges, rearranged the silverware to her exact specifications, and loudly questioned whether the bread was truly artisanal. Our waiter, whose name tag read Ethan, handled it like a pro, his smile polite but strained. "This table is too close to the kitchen," Linda had snapped when we were seated, despite being smack in the middle of the dining room. The HOA president of Crestwood Heights shouldn't have to deal with clattering pots during a critical business meeting. Ethan apologized, offering to check for another table, but Linda dismissed him with a flick of her wrist. "We'll stay, but you'd better make up for this with flawless service." Things went downhill fast when Linda ordered the wine. She made a show of studying the menu through her designer glasses, tossing out phrases like full-bodied and vintage complexity before settling on a 2018 Chateau Lafite, the second priciest bottle on the list. "Not too flashy, but it sends a message," she said, her French accent so exaggerated I nearly choked on my water. "And make sure it's properly decanted. I can tell when standards slip." Ethan repeated the order, but something in his facie, fleeting twitch, maybe just exhaustion, set Linda off. Her eyes narrowed to slits. "Did you just smirk at me?" she demanded, her voice cutting through the restaurant's murmur. "I saw that. Don't think you can fool me." "No, ma'am, I didn't," Ethan said quickly, his tone steady, but his knuckles white around the tray. "I was just confirming your order. I'll bring the wine right out." As he walked away, Linda leaned toward us, fuming. "Did you see that? The nerve of these people. Back in my day, servers knew their place." Tom and I exchanged a look, but stayed silent. Arguing with Linda was like pouring gas on a fire. I tried to pivot to the pool renovation, but she wasn't done. "I'm watching him," she muttered, glaring at Ethan as he moved between tables. "People like that need to learn there are consequences for disrespecting someone like me." With every trip Ethan made to our table, the tension cranked higher. Linda complained the bread plates weren't warm enough, the lighting was too dim for serious discussions, and the couple nearby was laughing too loudly. Ethan stayed professional, but I could see the effort it took, the way his jaw tightened as he nodded. The breaking point came when he returned with the wine. He presented the bottle, label forward, but Linda pounced. "This is a 2019, she shrieked, loud enough to make heads turn. "I ordered the 2018. Are you trying to pass off cheap wine on me? Do you think I'm an idiot?" Ethan blinked, clearly thrown. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. The sommelier must have grabbed the wrong vintage. I'll swap it out right away." But Linda was beyond reason. "No, you won't," she snapped, her eyes glinting with that dangerous spark I'd seen at HOA meetings when she was about to ruin someone's day. "You're not sorry. I saw you smirk again. You think this is a joke. You think you can humiliate me." Before Tom or I could react, Linda yanked the bottle from Ethan's hands and hurled it to the floor. The explosion of glass and wine was deafening, a nearby woman gasping as red droplets splattered her silk dress. "Linda!" I shouted, jumping up, but she was already in full meltdown mode. "Get me the manager," she roared, her voice echoing through the stunned restaurant. "Do you know who I am? I'm the president of Crestwood Heights HOA. I have connections in this town. I can have this place shut down for health violations with one call." Phones were out now, diners filming the chaos. Ethan backed away, his face pale, as the manager, a poised woman in a sharp blazer, strode over. "I'm Claire Dawson, the general manager," she said, her voice calm but steel-edged. "Ma'am, you need to lower your voice. You've destroyed property and disturbed our guests." Linda laughed, a sharp, condescending sound. "Finally, someone with authority. Your waiter's been incompetent and rude all night. I want him fired, and our meal comped, or I'll make sure everyone in Crestwood Heights boycotts this place." Claire didn't flinch. "Ma'am, we don't tolerate aggression toward our staff. Ethan's one of our best, and I've seen nothing but professionalism from him. But I did see you smash that bottle. The police are on their way." Linda's smug grin faltered. "The police? Don't be absurd. This is a SARE-VYC issue." But Claire was unmoved. "No, ma'am, this is a legal issue. Vandalism and disorderly conduct are crimes." Before Linda could argue, 2 officers appeared, guided by the hostess. The restaurant was dead silent now, every eye on our table. "Is there a problem?" the taller officer asked, eyeing the shattered glass and Linda's flushed face. "They're harassing me," Linda cried, instantly playing the Tim. "I'm a paying customer, and they've treated me horribly. I want to file a complaint." But Claire calmly recounted the incident, noting the security footage and the videos from diners. "I got it all," a woman at the next table called, while VYing her phone. She grabbed the bottle and smashed it on purpose. Linda's face drained of color. "It was an accident," she stammered. "He provoked me." Ethan, silent until now, spoke up. "I did my best, sir. Ms. Dawson can confirm she's been hostile since she arrived." Linda's protests grew frantic, but the officers weren't buying it. When they told her she was being charged with vandalism and creating a public disturbance, she lost it. "Do you know who I am?" she shrieked. "I run a community of 300 homes. You can't arrest me over a wine mix-up." The officer's face was stone. "Ma'am, your title doesn't change the law. Hands behind your back." Linda turned to us, eyes blazing. "Tell them who I am. Tell them this is a mistake." Tom stared at his napkin like it held the secrets of the universe. I clear my throat. "Linda, just cooperate. We'll figure this out later." "You spineless traitors," she spat as the officers cuffed her. As they let her out, she kept yelling, "I want the real manager, not this assistant. Give me the owner." The door swung shut, and a few diners clapped, the tension breaking like a popped balloon. Claire approached us, all grace despite the ordeal. "Gentlemen, I'm sorry for the disruption. Would you like to continue, or should I bring the check?" Tom asked for the check, insisting we cover the bottle and clean up. As we waited, my phone buzzed nonstop. videos of Linda's meltdown were already row in our neighborhood's Facebook group. "This is going to be a mess," Tom muttered, scrolling through comments calling for an emergency HOA meeting to oust her. Then Ethan returned, his calm intact. "Your bill's been covered," he said. "By the restaurant?" I asked, stunned. He smiled, a real one this time. "No, by my dad." He handed me a business card, and my stomach dropped. It read, Councilman Michael Evans, Municipal Court Committee Chair. Tom's eyes widened. Your dad's on the city council? Ethan nodded. He was in the back corner tonight. Saw everything. He says he looks forward to seeing Ms. Harper in court. 3 days later, I sat in the courthouse, watching Linda face the judge. Her usual swagger was gone, replaced by a nervous fidgeting as her lawyer whispered in her ear. The charges: vandalism, disorderly conduct, and attempted intimidation carried up to 90 days in jail and due law, $5,000 in fines. The judge, who lived in a nearby community with its own ruthless HOA, didn't hold back. This town has no patience for entitled BHA-VY, or that endangers our SARE VYC workers, he said, staring at Linda. 30 days suspended, due law, $5,000 in fines, mandatory anger management, and 100 hours of community SARE VY picking up litter in our parks. Maybe some time cleaning public spaces will teach you what community really means. Linda's face was ashen, her eyes meeting mine for a split second. For the first time, the unstoppable HOA president looked broken, like she couldn't believe her actions had consequences. As she walked away, the weight of her downfall hung in the air, a warning to anyone who thought power excused everything.